Today we have a 71 Corvette that many people didn't even know existed. (1971) was a very interesting year for Corvettes, mostly because the changes occurred under the skin. The outside appearance of the 71 Corvette largely carried over from 1970 because there was a lot of time and Corvette team resources being applied to the drivelines of these cars, so they left the outside pretty much alone. It's one of the last remaining years that had the small chrome bumpers. In the front of the car, you'll notice a pair of egg crate-shaped inserts inside the bumperettes underneath the chrome bumper, and that design is mimicked on the lower part of the fenders where the heat extractors are behind the front wheels. The Coke bottle styling of the C3 Corvette is highlighted in this car with a chrome rocker trim that really accentuates that shape, and the rear of the car gently flares upward with that molded-in ducktail spoiler. The tail panel is very simple. You have your tail lights and your reverse lights that are surrounded by reflector rings. Again, a pair of very lightweight chrome bumpers and two large exhaust cutouts and a pair of large resonators that angle down below the car. A unique feature on this particular car is that it's actually a roadster, but it is currently wearing a removable fiberglass hardtop. This black hardtop actually has a texture embossed into it to make it almost appear like a vinyl or a convertible top, but in reality it's a one-piece top that you lift off, revealing the roadster. This car also has a folding convertible top to go along with the optional removable hardtop. Many Chevrolet color names are kind of wishy-washy, like Marina Blue or Autumn Gold, but this angry Corvette is wearing War Bonnet Yellow. Although the War Bonnet Yellow color appears to be kind of unusual, it was in fact the most popular Corvette color for 1971. Corvettes came in 10 different color options for 71, with 3,706 of them being painted in War Bonnet Yellow. The next most popular color was Brand's Hatch Green, coming in at 3,445, and then a kind of a distant third place was Mulsanne Blue at 2,465. And overall, there were 14,680 coupe Corvettes built in 71 and 7,121 convertible cars. But the strongest feature on this car reveals itself when you open the reverse opening hood. Now, you might normally think of the LS6 454 as a Chevelle engine, but by 71 you could also get that in a Corvette. The 71 engines were a little bit different because they were rated at 425 horsepower, down from 450 the previous year, but it still makes for a very unique, fast, and rare car. Traditionally, Corvettes have the most powerful V8 engine of any of the Chevrolet cars, and it was interesting to see what happened in 1970. If we back up 1 year, we find out that Chevrolet was intending to release a 454 cubic inch engine called the LS7, and this was supposed to be a Corvette engine that made 460 horsepower. But that engine never came to see the light of day in a production car, and in 1970, the most powerful engine you could get in a car was the code LS6 454, and that was in a Chevelle. It wasn't even offered in a Corvette in 1970. But they did bring out the LS6 for 1971 in the Corvette. Now it was a 9-to-1 compression engine. It was rated at 425 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 475 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM. It was constructed with good parts, an aluminum intake manifold. It was fed by an 800 CFM Holley 4-barrel carburetor. It had aluminum cylinder heads. It had a forged steel crankshaft, forged connecting rods, and cast pistons with a 9-to-1 compression ratio. And it could be had with either a manual or an automatic transmission. And that's what makes this particular car so unique. It is one of only 188 LS6 Corvettes produced for 1971, and it's believed that fewer than 50 of those were convertibles, and only 7 of those were automatic transmissions. Corvettes have always been known to be great handling cars, not only in a straight line, but when going around turns. And this is largely due to the performance-tuned front suspension and the fully independent rear suspension. Although these cars have a fiberglass body, they have a very rigid steel frame. This one also stops well, thanks to the 11 3/4-inch power-assisted disc brakes and the Goodyear wide-tread F70 15-inch tires on 15-inch rally-style wheels. When you slide behind the wheel of a Corvette, you're greeted with a full complement of gauges in the dash in front of you and above the center console. And this car has a rather unique leather interior, which is finished in a saddle color. Options with the big block are minimal, but it does have power steering and brakes and an AM/FM radio. We're always trying to show you another rare or significant muscle car from the Brothers collection. What'd you think of the War Bonnet Corvette? Let us know either on Facebook, YouTube, or on our website at musclecartheweek.com, and we'll show you something else next week.